up, guys? We haven't got to do this in a while, and we finally get back. I'm in town, and we got all the boys together to talk about all kinds of things. Like, there's so much crazy things going on in gaming right now. I had to get.
I just want to say, I miss your Musk, man.
Oh my god! I'll
60% of the time,
I'll see myself out.
It works every time. Yeah. Yeah, man, this is gonna be fun tonight. We got lots to talk about, lots to catch up on, man. Like Indiana Jones, I just thought of that right now. Like I haven't even watched that preview, man.
What?
So,
yeah, neither did I actually.
You've been busy doing stuff,
dude. Yes, I'm like doing things, content like dad life. Speaking of, check out the Mulehorn mug right there. College of Large Explosions. That's the OG, bro.
OG, baby.
Oh my gosh.
The paint is still on it.
That is from years ago, man. Wow. Yeah, we miss your face too, Nate. Kind of.
I like it when it's live.
So I really was hoping we could get Jedi Master Rowe on here because he had some scathing words for Twitch, man. And I don't know I've done a little bit of research. I don't know all the stuff that's going on, but apparently like they're calling it the adpocalypse. And there's just what's going on, guys. Catch me up.
What started
a little bit.
Yeah, what started was there's a couple things. So because I actually just watched a video on this today. Who is it? Some YouTuber started with
Asmongold, right?
Well, yes. So
part of it.
Asmongold got banned because he had an opinion about a war on the side he liked, right? So either way, he's going to piss off people, right? So it's just like politics, right? Well, what happened is because he didn't like terrorists, they banned him.
Is the other guy.
Yeah, there you go. And what happened is he got banned for that. But there's people spouting all sorts of other stuff on Twitch that aren't getting banned for it. So it became a huge lawsuit, and he got reinstated. And what happened is when that happened, that the advertisers pulled out of Twitch because of that, because they don't want to be associated with that. Yeah. So what happened is on Twitch, their ad revenue was being subsidized by Twitch. So some people were making like stupid money, like 20,000 a month, right? On ad revenue, like $1 million a year on just ad revenue. And when they pulled out, they stopped subsidizing, and now they're making like a tenth, maybe even less than they were making before for the same ads.
Holy crap!
That's why you see people do all these ads now that they never used to do,
or sponsor streams or whatever.
It also depends. It also depends on what category you're streaming in as well, because who was it? Pirate Software does game dev. Overnight. He runs another channel called Ferret Software because he has a ferret rescue.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just 24/7 camera on ferret cages, right? Watching ferrets run around, do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
He supports that entire thing on ad revenue, at ad revenue alone, just from people watching.
Yeah.
And the ad revenue on that channel has not changed.
Wow.
Well, it depends. So the reason why it probably hasn't is the subsidies were based on how you did your ads. So Twitch would give you, if you do so many ads per hour, you are subsidized. So he before that must not have been doing that ad program, because if you didn't do it, you wouldn't have seen a change, because it's the subsidies from Twitch that were subsidizing.
Well, yeah, I know that there were a lot of incentives for streamers to run longer ad breaks in exchange for
and it was a specific cash, right? It was a specific
you had to write you were given like three or four different options where you could do, like, instead of running 3, run 5 or run 7, run 9 minutes worth of ads, and you'll get X number of dollars.
Yes, you got it.
Instead of it, right? But I think that some of the streamers out there are actually talking about just losing actual ad revenue, not the bonuses they were getting.
Well, the bonuses were.
I think there's. No, I know, I understand that, but I think that some of the people that I've seen are saying that the actual ad revenue, not the bonus that they would have gotten if they ran the ads the number of minutes they needed, the actual ad revenue they got from just running ads was reduced. not from the bonuses, right? Those bonuses have disappeared. Yeah, they stopped doing that program. But I mean, at the end of the day, it all comes back to freaking Sparks on Mixer.
Yes.
Like, come on, you were going to rely on that shit to have your livelihood?
Can't rely on that. Yeah.
You can't relying on that at all. And if you were, I'm sorry, you're stupid.
And honestly, man, if you're supporting like Twitch streamers, as someone who streamed on Twitch before, I'm going to tell you the best way you can support them is with cheers or just straight up donations, because there's so much of that sub revenue that you don't even see. Like
unless it's PayPal.
Most cases, unless you're
don't do PayPal. Yeah, don't do PayPal because they can do chargebacks,
and you get charged the fees for that too.
Yeah, so someone could come in, jump in, and like troll your stream and give you like 50 subs. And then the next day they charge it back. And then you have to pay all those fees for the chargeback on PayPal.
Yeah, individually.
So it's like okay, you know.
To take it back to the apocalypse, what Jedi was talking about on his Twitter was Hassan Piker, who's kind of part of the problem, bringing a bunch of heat to that. He and his bunch of his followers are very anti-Semitic, anti-army, anti-military. And one of them got banned for just 4 days, saying stuff like, I wish all U.S. soldiers get PSTD and all kinds of like negative stuff like that, wishing harm on them. And that, of course, did not go so well. Twitch had to get involved. It took them a while to do it, and only banned for 4 days.
Yeah, that's brutal.
And now that she's back, people are like, why is she back? 4 weeks, sorry, whatever. 4 weeks, sorry. It's a huge mess. It's just,
well, you should
certain
never
people
wish
are
harm
grace,
on people, man. Like,
and certain people are not giving grace.
Like, especially, I mean, in my opinion, I don't care what country you're serving in. If you're a veteran of that country, most likely, except for some nations, you're probably volunteered, and you volunteered to put your life in jeopardy to keep other people secure. So for people like that, for me, I'm always like, dude, what can I do to help you? Because you have secured my freedoms and voluntarily put your life on the line. Like, you know, like that, just I don't understand wishing harm on anyone like that. Like, unless it's just absolutely a terrible, atrocious act that deserves justice. I don't think you would ever want to wish PTSD on troops because they've had to experience crap that no one should have to experience
on anybody. I mean, it doesn't matter who it is.
Right.
You shouldn't wish that kind of stuff on anybody.
No, exactly. I mean, Asmongold,
unless you killed me in the video game and you're getting digital PTSD.
F you. You know?
That doesn't really matter.
Just
right?
joking.
Unless you're in a COD lobby. But right. But in real life, I mean, there's no reason for wishing that harm on anybody at all.
Yeah, I mean, life's hard enough as it is, man. You know, video games is our escape.
No
like,
shit.
Come on.
Well, it makes it there's a fine line between freedom of speech and then also like
freedom of consequence.
Well, well, the thing is, you can have freedom of speech, but that doesn't mean you're immune to the consequences of what your actions do, right? So you're like, it's just like if I were to threaten someone's life, that's not legal, right? Because that can have real world consequences. If I have an opinion on whether a video game's bad or not, unless I'm telling people to actually physically harm people, it's an opinion, right? But there's always consequences to freedoms, right? As long as it doesn't encroach on someone else's ability to be free, then I think it's all right. But again, it's just like protesting. You can protest, but if you block a highway, that's illegal, you know? So
yeah.
Dude, and Jedi just gifted 10 memberships to the channel, man.
GG's, dude.
GG's, man.
Was that on PayPal, dude?
Here comes those
chargebacks. Charge back. Yeah. Jedi, I appreciate you, man. Thank you, brother. I hope you can join us in a little bit when you get settled.
I think he's ready.
He's waiting.
He's waiting.
He's not. I don't see him in the waiting room. You see him? No. Anyways, yes, you can certainly chime in, Jedi, because I was actually going to pull up your tweet. If you're, I don't see you. Do you see him, Prime?
He must be using an old link, maybe.
You might be use the new one in the Discord.
I'll tag you.
But
Jedi.
yeah, I wanted to pull up his tweet because like it is like just like I don't like. I'm trying to think of how to word this right. Like you said it best, Snake. Like in life, you don't want to wish anybody harm like that, man. Like but like for me, I have a soft spot. I mean, look, you can't see it, but I have this Stack Up, which is an organization we've always supported that helps support veterans and things like that. Yeah, see,
Nice.
Stack Up. Yeah, like it's an organization that helps support veterans because I can't remember the actual the statistics, but there's so many that take their life that self-delete. And guys like that, it's just, I don't know. For me, it's just like, what the heck is with that, right? Like, we need to help these guys, not hurt them. And then I was going to pull up your tweet, Jedi. I didn't know if you're okay with that. He's probably having audio problems.
I mean,
there he is.
As a vet, I don't care what people have to say. No. I blew out my eardrums because I was like trying to figure out why I couldn't hear anything, and I moved my other knobby, and yeah. So yeah, and here's the funny thing. I also put on there too a screenshot last night when I found out she was streaming. If you read what it says, like, be respectful,
her rule.
No homophobic, no transphobic, none of this. No. Oh yeah. I also threw that. Oh, dude, I went on a rant last night. My girlfriend's like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Give me like 5 more minutes. I got like 3 more pages on Twitter. I got to that I'm writing." Magically, nobody at Twitter, not even from Twitter support, replies back, and I'm like, dude, first of all, one, this is not okay. As someone that has served, especially out of my community, I have a lot of veteran friends, a lot, and like when they saw that, I was like, yeah, like if this is what we're gonna do, like I'm gonna be very, very. I'm probably gonna take hate for this, but if that's something you support, if something happens on our soil, 1, do not come hiding behind me. 2, do not go anywhere near anyone wearing that American flag in a uniform to protect your ass. Sorry for my language. You're on your own.
You're good,
I'm sorry,
man.
but like, you wish that upon me and people that have served and everything else. Dude, I was so heated. And then I saw Prime like it. I'm like, oh God, Prime thinks I'm going through a rage right now. I was just, it just blew my mind how that's something that's okay. Like, I'm not over here like saying, I'm not even going to name anything, but I'm not saying, oh, we should nuke all this or this should just be, we should just wipe them off the living thing or wishing cancer upon someone, because that's not okay. No. And for someone that literally sat there and like just blatantly spat it out when it says in her chat rules, I was like, dude, like, honestly, I'm sorry.
Be kind. Yeah.
Twitch is a job for some people. When you go that far and you can't, like, I get freedom of speech. I get you can say whatever you want to say. I swore an oath to protect all of that. I unfortunately took an oath. If she lives here in the US, that's what it is. But at the same time, I'm just over here just kind of like, there's some things that you can say that's great, but you shouldn't wish something upon that, especially since I've had 2 friends that have done themselves because of things they couldn't handle. I got a lot of I got a lot of friends that we've played with, like, you guys know Lib Mule. He's a Navy vet. He's been deployed. My buddy Dirk Scotty served in the same division I did. He went to Afghanistan. I was in Iraq. So I'm kind of just like, how is this okay? Like, this is a permaban. Go take that crap to Kick. Let Kick deal with that crap. Like,
well, I think that's part of the reason.
It was just really,
it's just too volatile for advertisers, right? Like, you cannot, like, that's the whole reason why, we've said it a few podcasts back, why I don't stream on Kick, because for sponsorships and advertisements, Kick is just, it's too volatile of a platform. No one will go over there to advertise, and
it's like the Wild West over there.
Yeah, it's like,
it really is.
It's like you never know what you're gonna see over there.
As someone who actually did stream there for a little while,
it's like I did too, bro. So it's okay.
The
like Mari Pulver show or whatever.
And then I saw the error of my ways.
You are not the father.
It's Mad Max Thunderdome of streaming.
And like, I'm really looking into what you said and what you replied to me on Twitter with that reply and everything, because I'm over here like, dude, like, I've been with Twitch for so long that I went to Mixer, and then all my Twitch community was like, when are you coming back? We don't want to make another thing. And I'm just like, after all this, like, I mean,
that's the whole reason I made the move
I think
here.
Needs to make an up. I just want an apology from Twitch on someone that can do or say something so bad like that. Like, oh, we're not even going to say anything on it. We're going to give her the ban, and then 4 weeks later she gets unbanned. No apology. Like, dude, you literally basically. I don't know.
It's because
like,
it's because the people that own.
I don't
Twitter
care about your political
is part of the
stance, but
problem.
when it comes to
just take the low road. Tag fucking Dan Clancy.
Well, I mean, look at it the same way as the NFL did, right? Like,
I was about to see if she had a Twitter, and
well, I'm sure she does.
Well, no, because no one likes hate bombing, right? That's the same kind of. You can't fight. Evil with evil.
You don't want to. I'm
not going to hate bomb, but I'm just like, at the same time, like, how do you support this?
Well, but that's how you do it. It's just like the free market, man.
So,
you just if it's garbage, you just leave it and you don't support it with your wallet. You know what I mean? And that's what advertisers
I think that's right.
And
Turbo,
so that's the way to do it.
Don't give them the views. Don't give them the clicks. Don't give them the responses. If you just if you don't even have a response to them, they're going to fade away because no one will care. Because here's the, and I love this. I can't remember who said it, but like the best way that you beat a bad take or a bad argument is with a better argument, right? And you don't shut them down for what they're saying or anything like that. You just have a better argument, and that shuts them down.
I think that was Carl Sagan.
And so, talking about platforms, with Twitch and everything. I mean, the whole reason we came here is because long term, I think YouTube is just the better platform. And it's not to say that it's like the perfect platform, right? Like no platform is like without faults. I think it's just you kind of have to choose the one that's aligns with you the best you can and make that choice. And for me, I just got tired of seeing hot tub streams and the craziness on Kick because I did enjoy Kick with the revenue split was great. No, I'm not.
Speaking of platforms,
I was like, I had a nice one.
Did y'all see Fox News caught wind of the Twitch apocalypse too?
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's been reported on
Twitch, but they blasted it. So
dude, it's everywhere.
Well, it's millions and millions of dollars. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, and I think it's also part of the whole thing with like Elon on X with the antitrust suit that he's going against with advertisers, right? So apparently, there was like you can't like collude as organizations to boycott somebody. Now, if your own organization wants to boycott somebody, go do your thing, right? But you can't collude with other businesses to have harm against another business on purpose. And so that's kind of breaking the antitrust laws or some, I don't know all the laws, so don't quote me on it, but that's kind of the thing is like these large organizations that just want to shut people down, they have to be very careful.
Because if you got enough money, like it's easy to shut people down. That's like old school 80s New York.
Look what's happening with Disney and what's her name that was in The Mandalorian. Like, their case is being like heard. It's going to be heard or whatever. Cara Dune.
She did get a job through the Daily Mail.
Daily Wire.
Because I know
that movie was Garbo.
Daily Wire. No, but I'm just saying. I mean,
Gina,
it's nice to know like someone's like,
Gina Chrono.
But to end my spiel about everything, Twitch, I think you owe an apology. And two, no one in the military wants to go to war. No one wants to kill anyone. We're just doing a job that 99% of all this new gen doesn't want to do.
Also true.
You know, I was thinking this actually correlates. Absolutely. I'm sorry to go on a little bit of a tangent, but kind of with the same thing is like, so I ride a motorcycle, right? And everybody complains about how dangerous it is. Like, oh my gosh, you get a wreck and whatever. And I'm like, no, it's people that drive cars that are the ones that really hit us because they don't pay attention. So my whole theory in life was always like, dude, people should have to ride a motorcycle before they get their driver's license because they would understand how to pay attention when they drive. Same thing with the military. I think people, I don't like forcing people into that, but I think people should have to. It's like, I mean, religions, they go off on things for 2 years, like all like Mormons and other people, like they go on these things. Why couldn't they do that with military? Right. I think
that's even if
Israel
does.
Yeah, even if you're a pacifist,
2 years.
Put them on the chair force, right? Like put them behind a desk, whatever. But like, I think people should understand the people that sacrificed their lives for our freedom because they would have a different outlook on the garbage they spew that they have nothing, like no real world experience with, you know? Anyways, that's my thought.
So, like, I totally agree with that, but at the same time, I'm glad we live in a country where you get the option to do it. That way, I don't feel like we're living under. And I get like the reason why some countries do it. Like, we're a country away from not attached to all of Europe. Like, not to get into political things, but look how easy it is for one country to go, if they want to do something, go into another country. We are, I would say, we are lucky to be able not to do it, but I do feel.
Yep.
Correct, but at the same time, when enlistment stuff is low, we go back to the selective service or the draft or however they want to do whatever they want to call it.
That, baby.
But like I no, you're not. If you're old enough to walk and carry a backpack,
there's plenty of space.
If I need a water
here,
bottle, I might need someone to bring me a water bottle.
I mean, just think about it. These guys go into war zone. Just send PDD over there. He'll just throw baby oil on them, and they couldn't even touch him. He just slide everywhere.
Okay, Diddy.
But,
oh my god!
Wow. Oh, speaking of that,
but,
hey,
I did not watch.
Not really talking about politics, but Homeboy is going to release the freaking Epstein list day one. I'm stoked about that.
Oh dang!
Put them all in bars, man. Put them all in bars.
Is that why we've had so many celebrities like, I just moved to this country?
Oh, like that one chick, Ellen? She's like, I just moved because President Trump. Well, no, you moved because they're going to put you in jail because you're part of Diddy's
list
stuff.
Are you on?
Yeah.
Hey, this is also random because you're talking about Diddy. It made me think about rap. And dude, this is like the old man mule coming out in me right here. I know it's kind of a tangent, but like rap nowadays sucks. It's like mumble rap. It's not
Can I
great.
tell you why?
Wait. Have you heard the new LL Cool J song?
No, put it on.
I can't. I'll get a DMCA. But like,
and it's gonna be,
dude,
I can tell you why music since 2002 to 6 has been garbage. And it's interesting because no one talks about it anymore because he's out of the scene. So Will.i.am, this is like pre-AI, right?
Oh, I missed
Will.i.am created an algorithm for music. And then that's when Black Eyed Peas like broke up, and then he became a producer and all this other stuff because he sold this algorithm to all of the musicians in the musician land, right? In music scene. So that's why all this garbage from like 2006 to 16ish all sounded the same. All the songs,
that's
all of them sounded the same because it was an algorithm, because they're like, this will sell you records, and record companies bought it, and they're like, well, you're going to perform it. I just put in what it is, and it's just like Chat GPT. It just kicked out the chords and the words, and it kicked out a song, and then just people performed it. That's why they all sounded the same. And that's why all music now is garbage. That's why there hasn't been a new like good rock anything. There hasn't been good rap. There hasn't nothing original anymore.
I'm gonna play a few minutes of this, and I'll probably go back in the VOD and mute this because I'll probably get like a copyright on it.
You can do 12 seconds.
Be careful.
Wait, hold on. Do you get 30 seconds or do you get 1 minute?
You get 12 seconds. 12 is okay.
But just listen to the start because it's so good, dude. Just different, right? But there's a really good part in here.
It's almost like typical LL Cool J.
Yeah, I mean it's just really.
Well, you can expect it to be different, like Madonna. Come on.
This part right here gets really good. So I'm gonna hold on. Let me find it.
Is this your basketball warm up song?
No. I want to find. Yeah,
has he aged at all?
No, dude, he doesn't look like he's aged. But this part right here is really good. It's like
it's because the samples in the back. It's what they're doing. No, there's a lot of cool stuff going on right now where they're taking, like, I even heard like Elvis stuff, like from the 50s, 60s, 70s, where they're taking those songs and mixing them with new rap and matching them up with new stuff. That's cool.
Yeah.
A lot of disco rap stuff going on right now too.
I think the reason I kind of brought this into there as a roundabout way too is because, like with the Twitch adpocalypse and all this other stuff, I think what is happening is everyone has gotten so used to just like if you go to TikTok, it's like buy my crap everywhere on TikTok, right? And it's like you get on Twitch and it's just ad and ad and ad. You get on YouTube and it's just like sponsor. And I think people are just so tired of it. They're looking for a place of authenticity. And so they're just looking for somebody that, even if they don't agree with their takes, they're just wanting something fresh and authentic and simple.
Well, that's how platforms die. Like
I would agree. and that's the same thing. Turbo, yeah, that's how platforms die for sure. But the problem is that the generation determines where people are going to go and advertise.
Yep.
Right. Like speaking as like
there's a
I'm
new
in an
one
industry
coming out
where
that I
we
just
we
found
rely
out.
heavily on social media for advertising, right? And when I first started, we were all over Facebook. Yes, that platform that only people 55 and older use. Right.
We just aged ourselves.
They're still the largest. Yeah.
Just turned 50.
Back in my day, Uncle
and-
Fish was where it's at.
Right. But now I mean, we're looking at the analytics on there. That's exactly what we're seeing, is that people 55 and older are the ones watching the ads that we're putting on there.
Yep.
Right. So we're having to shift to YouTube advertising, TikTok advertising, all those kinds of things. Right. So you got to follow your demographic wherever you go. Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and that's also part of the problem is like every platform's been this way. MySpace was the first one to do this. And it's like these social media platforms are not social media platforms. They're marketing platforms. That's where they make their money. That's they get your information and then they send it to marketers and people that can sell you ads. But what happens is the first 5 years of these platforms, there's like no ads. And then all of a sudden there's a lot of ads. And then people are like, this is dumb. And then they move on to the next one. That's why the age group. That's why the age groups change, because people get sick of it and then they move to the next best thing. And that's why then that next generation people start on, like it was Facebook, then it was Instagram, then it was Snapchat, then it was
I can
TikTok.
recognize that trend.
But it's because once they introduce these ads that people don't like, there's this new party platform that just launched, and already you got hot tub streamers on there. And it's like, that will turn me off more than ads, is because the platforms know they make money off that more than they do video gamers. And that's what made me so mad about Twitch, was they gave into it. It used to be a platform for just gamers. And then like, no, we're going to add all this other stuff to include that to make more money. And then they could have more advertisers. And then, it's frustrating. That's why I just...
And Twitch is turning into the money grab since the merge with Amazon. Because before, if you had Amazon Prime and you connected it to your Twitch, there was no ads for any channel streamer you went to. Then they took that away. Now it's if you pay $14-15 a month or $20 a month, no ads for it. I was like, yeah. And then what do they do? They're going to take that away and they're going to mark that up a little bit more. And I'm just like, some of the, like, not every, like, I mean, I guess you could, but I mean, if you really like think about all the streamers or esport players that you watch because you want to learn tips or you find them entertaining, I would be spending over probably $500 a month, easy, just in like my top streamers. I've gone through all of my Twitch. I only have one YouTube streamer that I really sub to, so that one stays. But I've had to go through and realize and go through okay, and you know, and Twitch raised the price on your mobile sub thing. So if you want, like, if you don't have a computer to like, and you're just strictly off mobile, it's like $8-9 for a sub through your phone. But it's the same price if I just go through my PC for a regular standard sub.
That is the platform. That's your phone, Apple, Samsung, whoever it is, right? Android. It's the marketplace that's doing that because they charge 30% more for everything.
And they don't need ads.
Twitch is just making sure that Twitch is making sure they still get their bottom line right at the end of the day. It's the platform that's charging that. That's why you should never ever sub to anybody on any platform on mobile. Don't buy anything you don't have to.
I agree now, but it's crazy because it never used to be like that. It used to be same everything. So I was like, and then when I got a notification through Twitch when I was just randomly watching a streamer, and I get this notification. It's like mobile subs are going up in price, and I'm like, I don't sub on mobile, so okay.
Wait, did you see what Wakalupe said? I need my cut of that Twitch Turbo. They're going to use my name.
Oh yeah,
I want my cut.
I like that.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard too to balance this, like just speaking from a creator, because the way I make money off YouTube is through ads. So if I make good videos and I get decent views, they run pre-roll or mid-roll ads depending on how long the video is. And those like ad revenue goes to my channel to help fund this setup to help fund groceries for my family and things like that.
Mhm.
So I see it's a hard balance too for creators because like, and I'm not saying like the really, really big ones, right? Because like they already have so much money from subs and things like that. But it's like the smaller creators that may get an extra $100-$200 from ads, and then they
Yeah.
get $10. Like
What
that
made
hits
me
their bottom
upset-
line. So
What made me upset was seeing whether they're a big streamer, mid streamer, smaller streamer, but was still making revenue to kind of support themselves. Was I feel like on when they did the ad revenue thing, right? You basically gave everyone a pay cut without notifying anyone you gave a pay cut. Like you should have said, there should have been a notification from Twitch that said, "Hey, FYI, ad revenue is about to change. If you're a partnered streamer, you might want to contact your Twitch manager that goes through all your details with everything, like
yeah.
if not, I mean, how many more times can Twitch get sued?
Yeah. Has
like
there, just because I've kind of been out of the loop for the last few weeks, has there actually been any definitive proof that it's actually happened? That they have got ad revenue?
Yeah,
Has it?
there's
I'm-
streamers, there's a
honest
couple
answer.
streamers that I follow on their TikToks, and people are like resharing it, and they're showing ad revenue from previous times to now, and I'm like,
It like
one
tanks.
lost over $2,000, and
Well, it
to
goes
me,
back to that.
that's an income. If you
Yeah, it goes
that,
back to
that
that
is a pay
Asmongold video where they showed it was like they would make 1.2 million a year, and then it went down to like 500,000.
Yeah.
Like that's the difference.
But see, that's
like,
that's
okay.
too the thing. Like, don't live beyond your means. Like, just because you're making that now
True.
doesn't mean you'll make it next year.
Very true.
Well, it's like if you have a salary,
Correct.
right? You have a salary. Your salary is, let's say, 80 grand a year, and then next year, without them telling you, they give you 40. That's gonna
Yeah.
irk you a little bit. Do you know what I mean? Because
Oh, yeah.
it's
Yeah,
it's your livelihood. They don't have another job if they're making that kind of money.
Yeah.
So
But at the same
you do
time,
have to
like-
rely on it.
And at the same time, it's like, hey, give a heads up, so they go, oh, okay, not just like, okay, I've got bills I got to pay. I live in,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well,
it's like,
So Twitch
think
is not
about me,
known for
okay.
its communication skills. Let's be
No,
real.
that is
I
so
mean-
true. That is so true.
Absolutely true.
Yeah.
Like no one knows what's. Like,
Trust
I
me.
don't even think Doc knew why he was banned for like 6 months.
not until they went through everything.
Not until he went to the court. That's the only
Yeah.
way he found out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he
Yep,
knew
and,
what he did.
like,
Well,
Yes,
yeah,
knew
I'm
he
not
did.
I'm
even
sure
lying.
he knew what
Like
he
I said,
did.
I'm not even
realize
lying.
that's the one he got caught for. Let's
I'm
put
just
it.
saying, I've been
Was
to
it when he
enough
walked
cons
into a
to realize
bathroom,
that, dude, a
or-
lot of high-end streamers
No.
are freaking garbage,
Yeah.
dude. Like, as a person, like, morality is horrible.
Look, the thing is, reality is you just don't really know somebody until you meet them in person and get
Yeah.
to hang out and talk with them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, Mule,
I
I'd
would-
love to do that one day, but you got sick, jerk.
Yeah.
dude, I know.
That can't be
I
hurt.
traveled all the way to Texas to come and see you, and you freaking didn't show
It
up.
was
you
the
jerk.
I think
Hold
You
on,
should have brought
was it-
chicken noodle soup, man.
I live
Wait, is that the
10
one when
minutes
Nate
away
came?
from him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Nate came.
I live
Dark
10
came,
minutes
Boy
away from
came.
you.
Lupo, Poet.
Everyone but you.
dude. Okay, so I got the flu because the other guys got like two of my kids had the flu. They got over it, and I was like, sweet. I like didn't get it. I picked up Nate from the airport, and I'm driving. I'm like, man, I'm feeling terrible right now. I was like, bro, I'm just telling you now. Stay on that side of the vehicle because I'm not feeling well. So it's like, and dude,
Hey,
I was,
I'm gonna need you to-
yeah, I had 102
gonna
degree
keep this
fever
out.
when I woke up in the morning. So
Yeah, it's wild.
But I mean, if it makes you feel better,
Uh-oh, where'd he go?
oh,
Uh-oh.
Lost in the
Uh-oh.
Matrix.
lost in the
Uh-oh.
Matrix. I mean, he did say he had a bad storm. So
Oh, man. Yeah.
that was crazy though, Prime, because I remember because I was like, dude, I felt so bad. I was like, hey, at least let me pay for your Uber to get to San Antonio. Because I was like, you were depending on me for a ride and I can't do it. So
Yeah.
like,
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I was toast, man. Yeah. I was really
That's-
bummed too, because I wanted to meet all you guys because
it's okay.
I got to meet
Mule.
most
one,
other guys.
one day we will. One day we will.
Yeah, man. And that was the last Pack South. That was
It
the
was,
last
yeah.
one.
That was.
And so I was like, man, dude, that would have been awesome. That would have been so awesome.
It
Good
was fun
times.
times.
Good times.
Now the only way that we could ever meet up is if we went to like the one in Seattle, or what's the other one they have on the East Coast, right?
PAX
They have
East.
one up-
Boston.
Yeah, PAX
Yep.
East. Yeah.
That one I went to that one year. Not all it's cracked up to be. PAX West.
Yeah, I heard West is the best.
West is the best. Always West Coast, best coast.
Yep. That's what they
So
say.
switching to Star Wars.
Oh yes, Star
Speaking
Wars.
of West Coast, best coast.
Andor.
So I watched the new Andor. Actually, I went to watch the new Andor trailer because you guys were wanting to talk about it. And there's like 10 of them I saw. I was like, the new one. They're really
amping it up.
It looks so good. And I think storytelling for people that aren't 12, Andor is where it's at as far as Star Wars goes. Because
Absolutely.
all I gotta say is there's one thing that stood out to me in the latest trailer. They said Ezra Bridges.
Ezra Bridgers? Yeah, Bridger.
Yeah, Bridgers. Yep, that's what I meant. He said some kind of like he was in a speech and they said in it. So I don't know if he'll be in it or not, but it was kind of cool to see it tie over from something else.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Dude,
looks good.
Because of that trailer, I had to go rewatch Rogue One. That's a good
that's
movie.
so good.
Oh, love it. So now I'm like, I really cannot wait for season 2 because I love season 1. Because yeah, it was slow at times, less action, but man, the writing was like on.
It told a great story.
Yeah, it did. You got the best look at the inside of the Empire than you ever got.
Dude, did we get a full trailer? Because I haven't seen a full trailer, just a teaser.
Oh, there's been like 10 or 12 trailers when I YouTubed it.
Internet cut out.
Oh, you're all
Googled
good, bro.
it, but I didn't.
No worries, dude.
Oh, speaking of Google's selling Chrome. Sorry,
What?
segue. Shiny. Yeah, Google's selling off. It's because it's just like what Mixer did. You get in trouble, you get a bunch of lawsuits, and you're just like, I'm going to just give it away or distance myself.
I got in trouble with the incognito mode, right?
Yeah, that's what happened.
Wait,
so
what did
incognito
Google
wasn't
get in
incognito.
trouble
It was
for?
incog sell a bunch of like your information. So they're like,
Good thing I
we're
never
gonna
used it.
just sell it, and then we don't have to pay the lawsuits.
Yeah.
Does nobody
Oh,
know
there's
you
a-
can-
there's a-
Feel
you can
sorry
make
for
a
all those
burner
people
email
on the
account?
spicy sites. Incognito mode not working
No.
so well.
Let's see
No
this.
kidding.
That's why you
So is
make
this-
a fake email.
Yeah.
Right. So
Or
I will
you
say,
use Brave.
This is the new one.
Brave,
Right here.
Season
yes.
2? Is that what this is?
I think it is. It's the only thing I can
This is the
find on
newest
YouTube.
one. This is the newest one. This is the one where they talk about
Yeah.
Ezra Bridgers, whatever.
When did they say it? Do you know?
Next year.
Like, I don't want to
2025.
get a like DMCA for playing this. So
Oh, you just put your captions on.
put the cap.
Nah, just
Oh
keep
yeah.
it muted. We're good.
Yeah, you use captions on. If it's muted, then you're
Yeah.
fine. There you go.
It looks really good. Hold up, I got to go back
Oh, it
to
looks
this.
fantastic.
Yeah, dude, this is not very long.
Dude,
It's really good.
they got Saul in there.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
KS
got
back
all the
here.
goodies.
Oh my goodness, dude.
Hey,
ATSPs.
you know why they brought
Alan
Saul
Tudyk,
back in?
baby.
Because
Alan
this is
Tudyk.
the best marketing thing. Better call Saul. There he is.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, he's a good character. He's a good
He
character.
really
I would like
is.
to see more of his backstory.
Yeah, that would
he's
be
in
good.
Clone Wars. I mean, he met Anakin
Mhm.
Skywalker, and Anakin taught him to be the way he is. Like
You know-
everything he does is very Anakin Skywalker.
I think it's been like
Is
5
it-
years ago since I've seen Clone Wars, maybe 10.
Is
Yeah.
it funny how Anakin told all these guys to be how you want to be and do all this stuff, but yetAnakin gave into the dark side?
Yeah, it's like
Well, everybody
man.
is good until they're not.
It's like
you know,
Palpatine would say, "Isn't
like
it
giving-
ironic?"
it's like giving.
Yeah,
It's kind of like you give your friends really good advice, but you don't take your own advice. Anakin.
well,
Yep.
well, I'll tell you though, your advice though, the gift for your advice, it wasn't meant for you then. It was meant for your friends.
Oh,
Like that. I heard that somewhere today.
Yeah, but-
Where'd you-
but
that's
when-
like a little wisdom.
yeah, but when you're in the
yeah,
same
you're
situation.
welcome. I heard it from Saul.
So,
I called Saul.
dude, this
Just kidding. I don't know. I
space
saw it
scene
somewhere on
looks
some
awesome.
business thing I was watching today.
And they got K2 in here too.
Oh
man.
yeah, K2's
Yep.
in there as well.
Do you know who voices
Dude.
K2?
Alan Tudyk,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Alan Tudyk.
Who's that?
I did not know that
Who's
until
that?
I saw his
What?
TikTok, and he did.
No,
You
help me
didn't
out.
know
I-
that?
I'm bad with names. Bad names. Who's
Where
that?
have you
He
been?
was in A Knight's Tale. He played the dude. He played the redhead. dude.
Pain.
He's
Knight's
Pain.
okay.
Hey,
Come on,
What
Firefly.
was he
Remember
in before
Firefly,
that?
hello.
Thank you,
He's something like
Prime.
recent, man.
Prime said it.
Firefly.
Thank you.
He was
Firefly.
in
Resident
man.
Alien is also
Yeah.
good too.
Wait,
Yeah.
no, that's that Finnick or whatever. That's,
Oh, dude,
Like-
that's literally a clip from Rogue One. That right there.
It is.
That's a clip from Rogue One, dude.
Okay, we
Oh
can't
my
talk about
gosh.
this unless we're going to talk about Lord Vader's one coming in 2026. I'm not going to lie. Yeah, or no, you guys seen that
We
preview?
have to, no.
Is this like Fight Club? We're not
Dude,
allowed
no,
to talk
it's-
about it now.
Hey, no, we got to talk about it. No,
They haven't had a trailer,
there's a
though.
There's a Vader series coming in 2026.
Where'd you hear this?
Oh my God! Google YouTube it. Just
Oh,
up
here we
and search. Just Lord Vader
Hold on, let me
series
find this Ezra
2026.
thing. Oh, here
Right
it is.
there.
Dude,
Oh,
it
dude.
is. It blew my mind. I was like, Andor's gonna be great, but Vader,
Dude.
and it's Vader when Vader's like a badass Vader.
Basically,
Like, are we talking
comics.
about like Force Unleashed Vader?
Yeah. Like it's
Like that
before.
timeline?
It's like,
No, like
Lazarus
Vader
Project.
comics.
It's like before the end of before the Galactic Empire came about. It was like right after Revenge of the Sith. Like where you just like
There's not any
destroying
trailers, though.
everything. Oh, there is. Oh yeah, I saw it today. Here,
No
let me
way.
find it. Let me
Probably
find it
mock
for
up.
you. Let me
Is
find
it
it for
fan-
you.
is it fan-made?
This is incredible right here,
Let me
though.
find
because
it right
this is
here.
literally the end
Lord
of
Vader.
season 3.
I did. It's right here. I'm gonna put it.
Oh, I thought he was
Wait.
talking to someone because I
You
saw
tell
his
him,
headshot.
Turbo.
He
I
like
thought he was
Lord
yelling at
Vader.
someone. Who are you yelling at?
No,
Here it
but
is.
this part right here in
Wait,
the
in the
in
chat.
the thing is good because this is like literally at the end of season 3 of Rebels.
Oh, with
Mhm.
Ezra Bridger speech right there.
yeah,
Yeah.
like this is literally like it, man. So I wonder if he's gonna like be in this. I mean, they
Hope
got
he's
the
not
actor
12
now.
like in Clone Wars. Make him an
He'll have
adult
appearances.
Where'd you put it? I don't see the link.
in the private chat.
Turbo.
In the private
Private
chat.
Yeah, no, it's right. It's
Oh.
right. I see
in the
it.
private
No,
chat.
it's private. It's private.
It's private.
Private chat.
You should.
Sorry, I just
No,
threw it
this
in
is
there.
that's a fan concept. It's not real.
Unless it's tweeted
2026.
out by. Yeah,
it's fan.
you know how
It's
many.
a fan concept.
You
It's
know
not
how
real.
many like Super Mario stuff?
Are you
they've
kidding
made
me? Is
since
this not real?
coming out?
no,
It's not
Go
real.
for it.
It said
You
Lucasfilm
fell
Limited.
for it.
It says
No.
Lucasfilm.
You know how
Look-
easy it is to
look in the
edit stuff
description.
like that?
You can rip that from any show.
Look at the
There's a
description.
sucker born every day.
I got suckered. I got suckered so bad.
Bro,
Dang it.
he
I was
got me
so
all
excited.
excited over here.
No, I was excited. I saw them like, whoa, yeah.
He's
dude,
like,
no.
dude, you gotta
Okay,
see this
so
trailer.
I'm gonna put a comment in that guy's YouTube. Hey, you suckered me, sucker.
Okay, so here's the funny thing. Since all these things are coming out in 2025, me and my girlfriend have been rewatching Stranger Things. They finally announced the date, the month of when Stranger Things season 5 comes out, November. Guess what? There's other shows that I'm like stoked about, and guess what? They don't come out till November, and I'm like, why are we doing this now? I don't want to wait anymore. So now I gotta find a
Yeah.
new. Now I gotta find a new show between now and November of next year to keep.
Oh,
me
I
and
got
my
one. I
girlfriend
got one.
entertained.
I got one.
Alien
So,
Earth.
internal Chinatown.
Yes, I just started that.
It'll blow your mind. I
Hold
watched
on.
the
Is this
entire
a game
season
or is this a
yesterday.
show? Oh, okay. I was like,
It's an
wait a second.
80s crime show, nerd show, comedy. Oh, I laughed out loud like so many times. Like honestly, laughed out loud.
Yeah.
And
Is
it's
it good
so
for
good.
someone that does not understand the nerd culture? My girlfriend is the total opposite of me. But
You
we
ever
get
played a video
along
game at Pizza Hut? You ever go to Pizza Hut and play an arcade?
I've
Yeah.
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 So
This
that's
show's
all it
for
is.
you.
That's as nerdy as
Well-
it gets. But it's
Well, we went to
awesome.
Round Table. We
Whatever.
were bougie.
Hey, I had book it, man. I was 4 as a
I
kid.
can't
had to
believe
read
believe
missed
that
you
word
guys.
just came out of your
I had
mouth.
to read
Oh
books
my
to get
god.
pizza.
Hey, say it again. Say
we
it
had
again.
we had that rich man's pizza. It was the last honest pizza. Hashtag not an ad. Dilly dilly.
Oh my gosh.
It was
No, but seriously, Pizza Hut should sponsor you.
Very demure.
very demure.
Demule, can you make?
No, but I don't know if
can I
there's
get
a
that on
maybe
mug?
there's no. Hold on, let's
Mule?
see if there's a trailer and make sure it's not fan film. Hold on,
Demule.
make sure it's
It's
not fan
fan
film.
film. I guarantee you. It's
No, I
fan
watched the
film.
whole season. It's on Hulu.
Okay.
God dang it.
I was going to talk
I
about
was-
Skeleton Key, but we
No, I was so. Here we go. In Chinatown.
Very demure. I like that.
Dude, I don't know what that means. I don't think
I
most
want that-
blue hair
I want-
people know what that means.
Dude, I want.
There you
that
go.
on a
It's in
mug
private.
because no one would know.
Private.
Private.
Wait. Okay, hold on. Before we watch this, before we get into the other TV shows, I just want to finish up with this
Yeah,
Skeleton
yeah.
Key and then the Star
Skeleton
Wars trilogy.
Key. Oh my god, it's gonna be so good.
Stargoonies?
Dude,
Star
Star
Goonies.
Goonies,
It's gonna be
yes.
so good.
I've
not
seen
lying.
so much grief with this already.
Just
though,
make more
and I'm
movies
like,
like Goonies, Explorers, and the Navigator. That's all I want.
Yes.
I want those
I
movies
just-
all day long.
Why
I
are
just
people
don't get
getting
why
mad
the
about
people are
this?
hating it. I don't know. They're
because
like,
they've
is this
never
Star
watched it.
Wars?
They've never been
Yeah.
in the 80s. They've never watched those shows to understand the nostalgia. That's
Yes.
why.
Were they like?
Well, dude.
Are these like people with childhoods that never had an imagination for adventure or going out?
Yeah,
like,
because
showing
we know what they
to, like,
had. They had
Exactly.
Minecraft
Yeah.
They were
thought
raised
you were
That was their
online.
parent.
and
Their
on,
just
parents
don't
on
were
their
get-
on their iPad,
on their
Oh my
iPad, and that's the
sitting
problem.
in the
because
corner
they're
while
like,
their parents
I
ignored
never
them.
went out and touched grass. I didn't play cops and robbers. I didn't have a playground. I didn't
Dude,
have
did
to
they
eat
just
dirt.
They just
like-
found Vault 1.
Dude, it looks so cool, man.
No, it
Well,
does
well,
look
I get
cool.
it.
I'm excited.
Dude, are those the new Astro headsets he was wearing? No, I'm just joking. Are they throwing subliminal messaging
No, they're
on what we
Tritons.
should
They're
buy as
Tritons.
gamers?
Tritons. Come on. Triton.
#ag.
Okay, I'm just gonna hate
This-
on
I want
one
those
thing.
sunglasses.
Why did they take something out of Star Trek for that girl?
What?
I
Star
don't
Trek?
know.
The
Wait, what?
Jordy
visor?
LaForge?
The
Oh, the
visor.
visor.
No. That's from
No, it's kinda
Cyberpunk.
Star
That's
Wars.
Cyberpunk. Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Cyberpunk
This shot
wasn't
right here.
out
Jordy
yet.
LaForge was not the original Cyberpunk. I promise
Yeah.
you. They took it from Cyberpunk.
This
Just
shot
scattered
looks
them.
very Star Wars, though, right? Like
I
this
wanna
is
know-
like,
This shot does.
Okay,
That looks
So
very
where's-
Destiny.
do you
Where's
do you
Sloth?
think this cost more to make than Arcane for League of Legends?
No. For
Yes.
some reason, that budget
Yes.
was extremely high.
No, yes.
I-
Arcane was good,
I-
but they had to pay all their Imagine Dragons license fees.
Yeah.
So
Oh yeah.
that's where all their money went. But Arcane was good. I didn't think it was gonna be good. I
It's-
thought it was gonna be
dude,
garbage.
Season 2 has
was
been blowing
so
my
good.
mind lately. I can't believe how fast it just picked up. I was like,
It's
"Ooh,
really
this is
good.
good."
It's good. I didn't think it would
Yeah.
be.
The
'Cause
last
I
two
played League of
episodes really
Legends
hit,
to
like,
level 30, and then I
whoa.
was done.
See, now we have to wait to wait. Is this December or next
Yeah,
December?
December
This
3rd.
December, dog.
Yep.
Oh, I
you
was
get a
about to be like, dude, I
2
swear.
episode
Yeah, like
release.
2 weeks.
Oh, so
Hey
excited.
Neil, if you can
Yes?
stream this in Discord with me, since I no longer have Disney Plus anymore.
Well, I don't have it either right now, so
Well,
yeah, we'll see how that's gonna work.
What does
You want to do
DM
the
me?
family
I'll
plan?
help you out.
I know, right? I think my brother-in-law has it, and they can
Do
add me.
it.
So I'm
Like,
gonna renew it. I just haven't done it. So
I'm gonna wait till this comes out to watch it, and then I'll stop until something cool
mean-
comes back out.
Well, you just need to watch
I just-
Internal Chinatown, dog.
it looks really
it on
good, though, right?
does,
This
it does.
looks.
Yeah,
I
It
don't-
looks
and
so
like-
good.
like
it looks
you know
good
what?
because
I
you
give
know
him-
the writing's going to be good, and then there's not going to be any Jar Jar Binks in there.
What's wrong with Jar Jar?
We hope.
We
What's
so
wrong
hope
with
to know
Jar
Jar
Jar?
Jar Binks.
Get this man out of here.
Dude, it looks good though, right? I
It still
just-
looks good. Although you know who's the main actor? Jude Law. He's
Yep.
the
Yeah,
main
yeah.
adult. He's the
Jude
adult.
Law's in
He's
this?
the adult.
yeah.
adult.
Jude Law is the Jedi. He's a Jedi in this.
I
Oh,
can
it's gonna be
totally
so
see
good,
that
man.
because
It's gonna
what
be
was the
so-
one where he played the cyborg
What?
with the little boy? What was the robot movie he was in? The little boy
Oh,
was
AI.
Oh, AI. Yeah.
AI. Yeah, like I could like, dude. I'm telling you, I think he'd be great.
Yeah.
in
How do you
Star
get
Wars.
AI to Jedi?
Well, it's half of the
Yeah,
word.
Because of how his
Okay.
acts, because of like how his like, yeah.
I'm gonna no. Hey, that's the company name. A TM. I'm trademarking right now. Jed
You
AI.
can't.
Jed
Jedi
AI.
AI.
All right, so hold on, real quick. What do you guys
Shirt
think about?
idea.
It looks like a Star Citizen ship.
What do y'all think about the potential Ray trilogy or new Ray?
Well,
thing?
obviously, what's it? Ice Age is better than her, I guess. Ice
Like
Age
the
just pushed her a
dinosaur
year.
show movie.
I thought she was. I
What,
thought she was
like
the
Ice
face
Age?
of Disney. Disney's
Oh.
like, nope.
How
We
did,
want a retarded mongoose
She's
or a
returned
squirrel with
to
a nut.
form. Returned
he's
to
so
form.
funny. He's so funny.
That's it.
I know it's so good. I like Ice Age, but I'm
Okay,
just
first of
saying,
all, Ice Age is a great
like
show.
compare the two.
Okay,
Star Wars,
so-
who's the face
okay,
of
so-
Disney going forward. And no, some little squirrel is trying to get his nut for like 100 million years. Come on.
Okay, I've obviously missed a lot. When did we go from a single movie that may or may not happen to a trilogy? When did
So
that
there's like a trilogy that they're thinking of doing, a new trilogy. It's
Prime
going to involve brand new characters, and the one pillar character they're going to lean on is Rey and make her an Obi-Wan Kenobi type figure because
a great
she's the
Jedi.
most valuable asset for Lucasfilm.
And why
and
is
I
she the
about
most
threw
valuable?
up in my mouth when they said that.
Because they
I'm
killed
trying to find
everyone
what it
else
means.
off.
happened? Well,
Mhm.
and they're all aging out. Let's be real.
Well, and no one
I'm
wants
raising
Mark
my
Hamill
hand.
in another Star Wars. Come on. I mean,
Jedi.
seriously, I loved
Okay.
Mark Hamill until he got on Twitter.
He went so
So-
stiff, man.
He went sus.
So
He's
I'm gonna
Sith.
keep an
open mind.
I'm gonna keep an open mind on this because as long as they give her a backstory, it could be good.
She
Or a
has a
celebration that doesn't
backstory.
have 10
Chance.
people that look like
Do
they're on
you
a
honestly
B-rated movie.
think you're ever gonna get a backstory for her?
She has a backstory.
Who's
It
her
makes no
mother?
Which
sense.
one?
Who's her mother? Who's Rey's
Her
mother?
mother's just a random person
No,
that
come
married
on.
the clone
Palpatine
of
wouldn't just
Palpatine.
have a random mother.
Whoa! First
Well,
of all,
no.
this is not Critical Role. We're not asking what was my mother's name. We're not talking about scaling. Awesome.
Who's
She
your
might
daddy
be
and what
a
does he
gray
do?
Jedi. That's the problem.
There you go.
She might
Turbo.
wear those gray Crocs.
Who is your daddy?
And
What does he
What
do?
does he do? Listen to me.
It's not a tumor.
You're not a
Okay,
Jedi.
I got an
You're not a-
idea. Here we go.
You're
Neil.
Rey.
Come on, get
Neil,
to the Jedi
we're,
Temple.
We're gonna play. All right, Neil. We're gonna play a game of chance. As a D&D fan, this is what we're gonna do.
How many
Okay,
sides is that
sorry.
dice?
20.
This is a D20. The
Okay,
D20.
say it again. I
D20,
wasn't
you
paying
have a
attention.
Fancy name.
You're gonna
Okay,
roll the dice
so-
for what?
I'm gonna roll the dice. One of two things is gonna happen. Anything 10 and less,
Okay.
we just don't watch the movie and we're just gonna assume it's bad.
Okay.
11 and up, we're just gonna
Peel our eyelids
Have
back
rolled?
like we did for the acolyte and watch it.
exactly.
Clock
We
Okay,
have
ready?
Do we
3D,
have-
I want
do we
3D
have
glasses
to?
plus 10.
Oh my god.
3D glasses.
The power
plus 10.
of dice.
Friendship.
I can't.
Oh,
I
he has
can't
his
watch.
own little Yahtzee box.
I can't watch.
Oh, dude, this
He
is
does-
well. It's
He
metal.
can't watch
I'm rolling.
snakes like I'm done, man.
He's like, I'm out of here.
No,
I'm
sad-
part of
The
this.
sad
What'd you
thing
get?
is
Like,
I've
what
got
is-
I've got StreamYard up on this monitor, and I
What'd
turn
you
my
get,
head, and I've
though?
got the
I
stream
can't
up on
see
this
it.
monitor.
Hold it up. Hold it up.
12.
Oh,
we have to.
we have to watch it.
All right, all right.
Hold on.
In
do we
2030,
roll
we'll
for
watch
each
it after all
movie
the
in this
Ice Age
trilogy, or do
movies.
we have to watch the whole trilogy?
I
That's
just
a
have
good
to watch
point.
the first movie of the
I think the first
trilogy,
movie will come out,
Okay,
and then
and then when the
Thaddeus
second one
just
comes
moved to a
out,
new
we
room.
re-roll the dice. How funny would it be if we have to watch the
Like
first
my
movie,
room.
we skip the second, and then
just
we have to watch
floated
the
into
third, and
another
we have
room.
no
He
idea
didn't have
what
to use
happened
his
in the
legs.
middle. Like, can you imagine if the dice, like, literally, like, just was like, you watch movie
there you go,
one,
and he's back.
you're not watching. Am I back? Is my internet cutting out?
No,
Thaddeus is moving
we're
rooms.
laughing.
He's moving rooms with no legs. He's a cyborg.
He's just like, I'm out of here, man.
I
Okay, I'm back.
I did not know Prime was a magic user.
Oh,
been
dude, he
watching
had
that?
magic rooms plus
Look at that
10.
beard. Look at
Hey,
that beard.
Here I
Grand
come.
beard over there.
Oh,
High five him.
Yeah.
baby. XSplit VCam, that's what's up. 40% off right now. Black Friday
He's a
special.
ghost. He's not there.
All right.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. So I guess we're all in agreement of like not excited about the race
We're
stuff.
not, we're not
No.
excited, but
Not
the
at all.
dice said, trust me, I make decisions like this with my
However, I'm a
girlfriend. She
fanboy.
can't
I'll do
figure out
Star
what to
Wars.
do.
I'll do Star Wars. I'll do Star Wars.
You
Even if
make
it's
decisions
Outlaws.
with your
I'll buy it
girlfriend
when
with
it's
the
like
dice.
$5.
No,
I'll buy it when
not
it's $5. Oh, Outlaws came out with a new patch.
All I heard was weed.
It might have been a little too late.
Like when she's like, "What do you want to watch?" I'm like, "I don't know. Let's watch this." She's like, "I'm not feeling that." And I'm like, "What about this?" I'm not feeling that. And then she'll say something. I'm like, "You know
Okay.
what? We leave it to the dice. If
Oh,
I
boy.
roll this, we're watching this. If I roll this, we'll watch what you want to watch." And it works.
That
Alright.
could get crazy.
That could lead to some very.
It's not
interesting
any
things.
special dice. It's a regular D&D style dice.
Come on, be a man. Just make your own choice. Just tell her, hey, this is what we're doing. I'm
So
taking you here. We're
tonight,
eating here.
We're
This is what
doing.
It is my
I'm a
I'm
man.
gonna
It
have
is
fun. If you want to have fun with me,
the
you
choice
come
of the
with
new
me.
generation.
Oh my gosh.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Outlaws
This guy's
so-
going back to
update.
like 1980 Pepsi commercial over here. It's the
Heck
choice
yeah,
of the new
dude.
generation.
Crystal
We're gonna
Pepsi.
do TV shows now, guys. TV shows. So
All right.
Okay.
So I can't obviously play it with sound, so I don't know if the same effect is gonna be. But you said interior
Chinatown. You guys will
Chinatown.
recognize the actors as comedians.
Oh, that's what's
Oh,
his,
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
That's
it's a
hella
comedian
funny.
guy. And guess
Yeah.
what? Another comedian guy's coming up. Hold on, that's a comedian.
okay. Hold on, time out. Is this on Hulu?
Hold on, hold on.
I don't.
And
have
that's a
Hulu.
comedian.
Yes, it's on
Yeah.
Hulu.
It's on Hulu right now, the
I
whole
don't have
season.
Hulu.
It's funny because they
Wow.
make fun of Hulu in the show. They're
It
like,
is
these
funny.
Hulu guys, And it was really funny. I couldn't believe it when I heard that. Hey, there's that hot girl from Shield. Girl from
I never
Shield.
watched it.
Oh, it was so good, dude. You should watch it.
Oh, they had the wind blowing in their hair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When you watch the show, you'll understand why, though. There's a reason for that.
I should have turned on the subtitle so we could see it. Sorry, guys. Wait, hold on. Yeah, this is the most. Anybody that's listens to the podcast, audio only, they're probably like,
so this Chinese guy's a waiter. This Chinese guy's a waiter, and this detective comes in and says she needs his help, and his brother died, and so what happens is he's gonna solve his brother's disappearance.
Oh,
and that's the whole premise, because his brother was Kung Fu man, Kung Fu guy.
Okay.
So what
and it's
is
an
this?
80s comedy crime drama. It's awesome, like so amazing.
Yeah.
Walk, thanks for the 10, man. He says I'm a bit mixed on it. I really like Rey in The Force Awakens. Other two don't do her in her favors at all. Yeah. I mean, I'm open to seeing it, but I don't know, man. I don't know.
The dice said we have
maybe
to
you should have a
watch the
Jedi
first
that's awesome like Darth Vader and have a Darth Vader series.
Or
What
like
about
Satine. Like Satine was a cool character. Or like or like what's her name in SOTOR? What's her name?
That evil chick. That whole Eternal Throne, like that whole storyline needs to happen with the two brothers and the daughter.
That would be amazing.
Dude, that would be the best trilogy ever. Like you had the father, the mother, and then the mother was kind of daughter or mother the daughter, because the daughter was going dark side, and the two brothers were light and dark side. It was before the Jedi, before the Sith. There was light and dark, and they were
gray.
It was so good. It was so gray Ray. I'm just kidding.
Gray Ray. Oh my gosh.
That's what I'm gonna call her from now on. Gray Ray.
Gray Ray.
Okay, but what about other things? Like what about like the 1,000-Year War or?
Well, it's 1,000 years. It's more than a trilogy.
I mean, that would be cool too. I think,
but you could bundle it. You can separate it because the Sith were recruiting people before stormtroopers or clones were a thing, and then you had Bane, and then you had Bane's apprentice, and then you get the whole. And then it like
I want to see the Mandalorian Civil War. Is what I want to see.
Yeah, and then you have that like in the fact that like the Sith literally lied, and they're like, oh, the Jedi are going to come for you. It's like, no, they weren't going to. They were just going to stop here, refuel, and keep on going. Like, short version out of the long story of reading it.
Yeah.
Then you have Revan, and then you have Revan goes.
Oh, they are doing a Revan though, aren't they?
Bad with Malik. Then you have.
They are
do not
going.
Know
I heard it's still going. I heard it's still going.
Dude, you got like
they need
catfished again, Turbo.
What? No. You guys, I'm so gullible because I just want good Star Wars.
It's a prequel to Lord Vader.
If I could just not be catfished by the Ray garbage and just give me the good Star Wars, come on. I just want it to be good. I just want good. Maybe I'll just make my own Revan movie. Come on.
There you go.
You should.
Come on, me, you, and come on, me, you, Mule.
First.
Let's do this. We'll call it the beard of Thaddeus.
The beard,
and then he could be the gray Jedi.
What? The gray beard.
Hey,
this show is so good.
I've seen a few clips on TikTok, and it looks freaking good.
I'm not going to say anything because I watched both episodes, but
what's it about?
Just watch it.
Welcome to the oil.
The guy that wrote it did Yellowstone, and what was the other one he did?
He's if you have not watched Mayor of Kingstown, my God, you need to watch that.
Really, I haven't seen that either.
It is so good. With
Jeremy
Renner. Jeremy Renner. No, he wrote.
Jeremy Renner though seems so fake in every movie he does.
He wrote Tulsa King as well.
I know Tulsa King is so good. Oh my God,
it's really
there's
good.
a show on Paramount Plus called Lioness as well. He wrote that.
Yeah, but I don't know about
that's supposed to be really good.
I love it. It's a fantastic show.
I'm going to show you this one part. Hopefully, I don't get DMCA'd for it because it's on TikTok.
You're on TikTok?
No, it's on TikTok.
Well, yeah.
He's basically the premise is he's the guy that negotiates land leases for a major oil company.
Yeah. So check this out. Check this out.
Very good offer. I recommend you take it.
I want someone to write me $200,000 check.
Yeah, but cattle ranching and farming is
Guess
like so
not.
expensive.
Dude, I will say,
That's
if
fucking
you want to
simple family.
see a really cool clip of this, go watch when he talks to the cartels. Because I
Mhm.
randomly saw it and I was like, holy crap, this show is
So
gonna
the
be
show should be
awesome.
called The Negotiator
Kind of like
Yeah.
instead
You
of
know?
the land.
Yeah.
What's it called? The landman.
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 It's called
Landman.
Landman.
It is.
Landman.
It is,
So
it is
Landman.
really, really good.
I
There's,
feel like
there's 2
Negotiator
episodes
sounds
there
way
right now.
cooler than the Landman. Landman sounds
Yeah.
something in Texas.
Now
I'm
I
the
got to catch up on
Landman.
Yellowstone.
Watch out.
This.
I know I
um,
haven't watched all of Yellowstone
I'm
yet.
telling you, T Prime, if you have not watched Mayor of Kingstown, you need to watch it.
Mayor of
Oh,
Kingstown,
Mayor of Kingstown. That's what you were
Interior
saying with
Trunktown.
Jeremy Renner. I
And
heard
the
it was
Big
good.
One.
Yeah.
I'm stacked.
Yeah.
You need to
Every
watch
time I watch a
Tulsa
Jeremy
King's
Renner
really good,
anything,
too.
it seems like he's scared of the camera. Like he knows he's on camera. You know what I mean? You know those
So-
actors that know they're on camera and it just seems
Yeah.
awkward.
Yeah.
That's what I get from him.
Yeah.
That's all.
Not,
That's all.
not
Just
in
seems-
this.
Just seems
So,
like he's
dude-
not Tom Cruise. Come on.
Okay,
I got to
so-
tell y'all this really cool story first. Prime's the only one that's heard it. I debated on telling it on stream or not, but I was like, you know what? I'm just going to because I don't
Tell
think
me,
he'll
Dad.
ever see this anyways. So I was downtown where I live, and there's a lot of like Hollywood actors, Joe Rogan and stuff around Austin, right? And I was at a basketball game recording video and stuff because that's what I do as a videographer too. And went to eat at a restaurant with my family. He saw the logo for our basketball team and was like, hey, I really like that logo, and just started talking to me. So long story short, I find out that this guy is a very famous Hollywood actor. His name's Todd Allen. He's best friends with Kevin Costner and has done multiple things with Kevin Costner. He's been in Django, The Apostle, Friday Night Lights. There's a football movie he was in. I can't remember.
He's got a very normal face.
Yeah, and he just looked like an average guy.
Yeah.
And then we just started chatting it up. And dude, it was crazy. And I was like, we were talking about like how
Broken
I
Trail.
love, dude. He's writing his own movie right now that he got inspiration from Thaddeus Prime's and my hometown in West Texas.
West Texas.
And I was like, dude, this is crazy that we met on this. And so we're just talking shop. And I was like, yeah. And one of my favorite guys is George Lucas because he kind of bucked the Hollywood system because he talked about how like he wanting to really kind of do his own thing too. He's like, oh yeah, I love George Lucas. We're good friends. I'm just like, and I'm like, dude, I just want to learn from you and chat with you some more. And he hands me his phone and says, put your information in it and I'll send you my script. And I was like, what?
insane.
Like,
That's so
Like,
cool.
like in the film that he's writing right now. I
Are
forgot
you
what's
allowed
called.
to? Are you allowed to put this
Yeah,
out
I
there,
mean-
or is this kind of?
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, he didn't share anything that you can't see that's on IMDb. Like you can see all.
Yeah, I
this
just
on
Googled it.
IMDb.
That's how I know.
Yeah, and so like this, like there's nothing that he's told me. Like if he told me any like important stuff, I'm not gonna say anything, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Because there's that level of trust. But
Don't narc on Skynet. They're
yeah,
coming.
6 Mile Creek is the one that he's writing about, and the thing that he told me that you Jedi you'll love this is he doesn't like the way that Hollywood has portrayed troops and PTSD and things like that, and so that's one of the reasons why he's writing this. And the premise of it is a woman is in witness protection program. She relies on an Iraqi war veteran suffering from PTSD to save her and her daughter from a very dangerous and powerful ex-husband intent on killing them. So
There's a movie. There's a movie that Gyllenhaal's in that's along the same lines, but for a translator. So
yeah,
good.
that's really good.
Dude,
That
that,
is a-
was so good. I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know if this is gonna be good. And I watched it. I was like, holy balls. It's so
Yeah.
good. Such a good movie. Such a good movie.
But what's funny is I think he was born in Canada too, Snake. So
All
I thought that
you know
was-
what?
All
All
good
good
things come
actors.
from Canada.
Canada. Yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's good in Canada except for their government.
But I was like, dude, I have to tell this story to a few guys because like I was
That's
like
way
going
cool.
crazy.
Well, that's such. You know what's
Let's
awesome
let's
is.
not get a fight about governments.
Dude,
We're
I
both
got-
pretty
Oh
bad
no, we're
off.
not. I'm talking about graphic design stuff now. So the thing was, the coolest thing about that was He had shop talk with someone that honestly, like, if you're in the mindset of what you're doing, like that guy, he's in the mindset of making a film.
Yeah.
He recognized his logo, and that was what connected him and made the conversation start to make that happen. And people that are truly in like leadership and like ownership and like have a CEO mindset, that's what they recognize. That's how they talk to people, and that's awesome. That's
Dude,
such a good story.
Yeah,
It was incredible, man. Because we did. I mean, the fact when he handed me his phone and was like, "Here, put your info in there." I was like, afterwards, I looked at my wife and I was like, "What just happened?" And I was like, I mean, he's a really like great guy and down to earth and easy to talk to too. I was like, I hope he's not blowing smoke up my butt because I would love this opportunity. Like, I've always enjoyed like when we do the short stories on our channel with like Star Wars and stuff and the what ifs and stuff, like telling cool stories and just learning more about how to use my camera and things like that. But man, I had to, dude, it was just been eating at me because I'm like, I got to tell somebody, man, because it was so cool, dude.
When he told me and some other details as well, I was like, holy crap, this is amazing.
Like,
well, that's again back to like right place, right time. That's why so many actors and actresses or whoever move to New York, LA, San Francisco, because that's where you can run into people that have influence.
Yep.
Because a lot of people that are in the scene of what you're doing, they meet people on the street. They meet people in what they do. That's how they find people more so, because that's like old school, right? Now you can do online and stuff, but it's way better to meet people in person. Yep. That's how it becomes organic. And that's you got to put yourself in that position. By the way, congrats to your kids' team for winning first place in those championships. That's awesome, dude.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah,
It's been really fun.
That's way cool.
We got third in the next one because and we lost. We would have got second. Sorry, we got fourth, not third. We were playing for third, but we would have got first, but we went into overtime and lost by 1 point.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
So
that's hard on basketball terms.
Yeah, it was a
need another 3-pointer.
Yeah, no. Hey, so next up, last topic here for the night: Game of the Year and the Game Awards. I know you got lots of stuff to say. Hey, Jay, it's good to see you in chat. By the way,
the DLC advertising awards.
That's my boy Ren.
Did it
my boy
happen?
Ren, why is your name not Ren on YouTube?
What were you saying? What were you saying, Snake?
The DLC advertising awards.
Wait. Did they already
100%.
Did they
we talked about this earlier,
or they just announced who's up for what?
So what happened was Mule was like, "Hey guys, here's the thing. They announced the nominees. Go vote." And then I looked at how voting works, and what happens is 90% are the panel people, which are advertisers that pay him money, and then 10% is what you actually vote for, right? So either your vote doesn't matter, because I live in Washington, my vote doesn't matter, or you are the tiebreaker. And the thing is it's frustrating because 90% of the people that are on the panel are not even related to video games.
Okay,
all they are agenda pushers.
Turbo, how many electoral gamer award votes does your state give for voting?
Listen, the Gamer Awards aren't an electoral system.
No. Because what I was saying is
they're a populist.
I know, but
they're not a representative government like we are.
I feel like they are because we just don't have the state part. Because you're all.
Washington. No, I live in Washington. I live in Washington, and Seattle is what makes our vote. I live on the east side of the state, which is like red, and the west side is like blue, and so none of our votes matter on the west side. Sorry.
Okay, so
we should be Idaho is all I'm saying.
I get what you're saying, because for the first time that I've seen in years, the area that I live in California was red, but San Francisco, LA, and San Diego were blue, so it totally eradicated on that half.
Exactly. I've lived in Washington my whole state. I'm Northern California is all we are.
Look, guys, we're going to make gaming great again, where DLC is not the Game Awards nomination, okay? It's going to be great.
Hold on. I got this.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Seriously,
DLC for Game of the Year just does not make sense to me.
It doesn't. They need a DLC category.
Yeah, they really do. They really
What
do.
they
what's
did
this
is-
Astrobot thing? What is that?
unfortunate thing
Astrobot is the Mario. of
it'll probably
PlayStation.
win.
Astrobot is a Mario.
Elden
PlayStation.
Ring?
Elden Ring will win.
It'll
That's
win.
The only way they made that exception is so they'll win. That's it.
I
Final
don't
Fantasy
get how you
Rebirth
don't
is not a
have-
new game. It is a remake. There needs to be a remake category.
Shouldn't be there at all.
It is not even a remake. It is a Fetch Quest mobile game.
It's a
Well, how about this,
reimagining.
though?
half
People
of a game.
were not ever expecting Black Myth to even make it to many categories, much less Game of
Yeah.
the Year.
Which one?
Boom!
Which
it
one?
dropped.
Black
Mhm.
Myth.
Black Myth.
Black
Wukong.
Myth.
Black Myth, dude. Everybody I heard talking on Twitter
It's
loved the game.
fantastic.
I
It's
know.
Everybody loved it. Everybody said this is the most amazing thing. It's because it
I
was
got-
unique. It was the
was-
story
Yes.
was probably good. I don't know, but I'm just saying. Everybody walked into Black Myth Kong and they said, "Whoa! I heard this is a good game. It must be a good game. Best ever."
It's really good, man. Like I got to the final boss and I can't beat him, so I just kind of was like,
I know. There was a lot of buzz about Astrobot when it first came out about how good it was.
Yeah, I kept on seeing things.
I've
I never heard
seen a
of it.
lot of people talking about Metaphor. It's not my kind of style of game, so I would never play it. But from what I understand, it's a fantastic game.
yeah,
And I hear Balatro, and I've heard a few videos post this announced. It's like one of the best indie games out right now. I'm like, I
Mhm.
never
There's
heard
a
of it.
story.
People are
So
super good
Balatro,
about it.
I thought that was ridiculous that they put that in there, and then I did a little research. So Balatro is made by one man who was making a portfolio to be a game dev, right? And it just
Wow.
went viral. That's the thing about it.
Mhm.
wow.
It's not just a poker game. It's supposed to be something more amazing. I haven't actually played it. I'm not going to buy it because I don't care about card games. But the thing about it is the story, I think, is what made it viral and what made people go. And it's unique, right?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
in a game landscape of safeness that we're like all these board members, we need a safe game. It's like Outlaws. We don't need a gritty underworld Outlaws game. We need a like sanitized garbage, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Let's make a game that is unique and entertaining and fun without all the politic garbage, right? And so that's why people love Balatro. And people dump hours into this game.
I was about
Hours.
to say, yes.
But
I'll
there
watch
is
that.
no
What about
Helldivers in here, which is
Or
more
Space Marine
viral.
2.
Both of those are
Yeah.
more viral than any game on here. It's because Space Marine 2 is too masculine. What was the other game we're talking about?
Helldivers.
Helldivers.
Helldivers also
Helldivers,
too
yeah.
masculine.
Mhm.
Sorry, there's just too much man in there and like manness, and you can't have toxic manliness in there. You need beta males
I
because
like
that's
how
what they
you
think.
like
That's what they
toxic
think the Gamer
manliness.
Awards needs is beta males. So, anyways,
Yeah.
Balatro is awesome.
Well,
I think it's
speaking of that,
great that it got there.
I watched like 3 or 4 YouTubers talk about this, and
Yeah.
each one of them said, I never talk about the game much, but I've put hundreds of hours in this game. I'm like,
Yeah,
what? And
Crazy,
just like you,
right?
Turbo, I did
What
some
is the
research. I'm
premise of the
like,
game?
it's
it's like
poker.
poker, but
Oh.
like
It's
it's gamified poker in a sense. It's
Yeah,
way
and the
deeper than
music's
just a card
good. I
game.
hear.
Yeah.
Isn't
And-
that on Nintendo?
No, it's
It
on
has-
everything. It's on everything.
Oh.
That's why it's viral. And it's so amazing that only one person made it while they had their own job. I mean,
That's
Wow.
crazy.
yeah, it's awesome. I thought it was way cool. I will support that. And the reason why I think it got there is because people want to support that. They want to support the story of that and not board members. It's so crazy how board members and game studios don't realize what the people are saying. So many people in gaming and politics and all this, they're telling you we don't want your woke garbage, right? We don't want your like safe. We want something to mean something. We don't want it to be like middle of the road. We want it to mean something. We want to have a good story. We want to feel emotions, right? Emotions are good or bad, right? Good or bad. We want to feel that. We don't want a middle of the road meh. We don't want meh.
Last of Us Part 1. Not the show, but the game.
That's what I'm
finished
saying.
that
It's like people
solo
wanna-
offline. I will say this. I am so glad that it's on PC. I can't wait for Part 2, which comes out next year on PC. But I have never felt so many mixed emotions in a game on a story between two people that just kind of got lopped in together over a journey they have to do, and then also playing the girls half, because that's the other part of the game you get instead of having to buy a deluxe version. You get to play her story on a certain part, and character development on how they did the story of The Last of Us Part 1. Sorry if I'm behind if everyone already played it, but I didn't have a PlayStation, so I played it on PC. But if you want a very good single player game, and I'm talking about something you're going to enjoy, and it's got hours plus hidden things that you can find as you're exploring from, through the story, Last of Us Part 1, by far 10 out of 10. Like that, this is the reason why when the whole console wars of Xbox, PlayStation, I say it doesn't matter, because PlayStation always has the better exclusives. Xbox has the better multiplayer. Halo. Exactly, in Halo. But at the same time, still it's a multiplayer. I mean, for now.
Sorry, I'll shut up. Go ahead.
Well, I'll add to that, Jedi. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
But Last of Us Part 1, Snake, seriously, play it. If you love single player games, something you just want to chill to, you get jump scares. If you've seen the show, I'm just letting you know right now, you're going to start wondering, was the person that they casted in the movie the correct person
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it cut out.
That makes sense.
Makes sense. I played Last of Us 1 as well. And as a father, man, that game, multiple moments got me hard. Like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
The combat was pretty good, but the overall premise and action was great. I've heard The Last of Us 2 didn't hit near as hard as the first one. It was very divisive, and I never played it, but the first one, man, you'll get me a lot.
Like you'll get parts in that game where you laugh, you kind of get upset because you kind of can relate to certain circumstances, but the development, especially with Joel, the beginning is total chaos. Yeah. There's a couple parts that are almost tearjerkers. Yep. Just letting you know right now. And it's not a let's run and gun. There's parts where you need to literally sneak around, because if not, you just get flooded.
So that's not a game for me then.
Quick.
No.
Quick tangent. Jedi, I know you were in the military, right? I don't know what group you were in.
Depending on what difficulty you play it's gonna deter on how much ammo you find.
I don't know what branch you were in, Jedi, and this may apply to you, so you can tell me or not. So when I managed a company for like 11 years, I had one of my my workers I hired was a Foxbat chemical engineer or something, one of those like Foxbat like APC things. He said, this is about Last of Us. He said in his like book that they gave him to train with, right? His training book or whatever. There was a chapter in there that talked about zombies, swear to God. And he was like, they prepped us for zombies, like straight up zombies as you see them in video games and movies. And I was like, what? And then literally a year later was all that Florida zombie people thing. And I was like, dude, I don't know, people? Jedi, you might be able to say something about it, because I don't know, but he showed me the book, and I was like, what? Dude, like honestly, our military is prepping people for zombies, like straight up, like it's that
probably bioterrorism, basically.
Thing. Well, yeah, he was in chemical engineering things, like he'd do chemical lab stuff. But seriously, like that's crazy.
That is pretty nuts, man.
There's a lot of things that are out there. I can't confirm. I never did anything within a chemical warfare state. We've practiced just in case. It's been a practice since World War I. But biochemical warfare is something we're aware of, but we're not there, because why do we, well, that too, but why do we need that when you can just nuke something and just wipe it off the planet and not have to worry about it?
Well, the problem is politics. No, honestly, the problem is politics. Have you ever seen a war? Like, honestly, like even like Russia right now, we could just nuke Russia off the map. Like us as US, we could just nuke them off, but we're not going to do that. We don't want to do genocide, right? Well, and the politics fallout would be horrible. We've
already been through it.
I know, but that is why it's a deterrent. It'll never be an like a offensive weapon. It'll always
And-
be a deterrent.
Wait,
And
hold on.
That's why DLC shouldn't be in Game of the Year.
Exactly. Nuke
There we go.
ring off the page. Get rid of it.
Nuke it into its own
Sorry,
country.
tangent. You're right. Thanks for
Yeah.
bringing us back. Thanks for bringing us
Yeah.
back.
Okay, so
But seriously, man,
so
it's
on
like
here, what is the DLC besides Elden Ring? Because
The
the
Cyberpunk one, the best DLC, the best ever. I walked in, I
best
said, "What
ever.
is this?"
Remember,
Phantom,
The Witcher
Phantom
3,
Liberty. If you guys haven't
Blood,
played it,
Blood and
is
Wine
James
won
Bond.
Game of the Year one time because of that.
But that's it.
Mhm.
But it's
Elden
not.
Ring
But it's not
is the
on
best
here.
DLC ever. It's gonna be Game of the Year. I promise you, it's gonna be huge.
But yeah, separate category.
Okay, so out of all this, if we cut out Elden Ring, Astrobot, that was fun. I liked the one on PS5 when it first came out. Final Fantasy Rebirth, I'm a huge Final Fantasy VII fan. My vote would have went to that. I'm sorry, it is a very good storyline.
it's Fetch Quest. It's 9,000. Fetch Quest 9,000. I'm halfway through the game and I can't play more than an hour at a time. All it is Fetch Quest.
What, for Final Fantasy?
Yeah, the last quest I just played yesterday was my son needs money. Protect this dog and take him to my son. What?
Okay, so
I walk
Okay,
I
so-
walk with this dog to her son, and the son's like, "Thank you," and that was the mission. Like, why is that even
Okay, so-
in the game?
so-
How is that game of the year? How's that game of the year?
Okay, so instead of focusing on that, go back and play the original.
No,
Best
I did play
storyline
the
ever.
original.
Did
That's
you
why I
stop?
bought the game because I love Final
Yeah.
Fantasy VII.
I
I
played
love
the
it
original.
so
Well,
much.
Yeah,
but
well,
all
I
the
have to wait
Fetch
for it.
Quest
I have to wait
garbage
for it to
is
come to
just
Steam
filler.
because
Just filler.
Dude, Jay,
I-
I agree, man.
I
Like
enjoyed
Black
some
Myth
of the
Wukong
stuff,
was
but-
amazing.
Yes,
It
sir.
was
Mhm.
it was amazing, and how well it ran on my 3060 was pretty remarkable. And it was like, I don't know if you guys are into like kung fu flicks, like kung fu or martial art flicks, and you've ever watched one where it has like subtitles and things like that, and it may not be in English. That's what it felt like to me. It felt like just a really awesome, like interwoven story that I just kept wanting to watch and play and watch, and I didn't want to stop. Like it was that good, and it was hard too. It was like Elden Ring hard, because there were some bosses that you would just get your butt kicked.
Hand
man.
it
Like,
to you.
Yeah.
Tiger Vanguard killed me, man.
But you know what's cool about that though is it's the Chinese
but
Chinese
you
lore.
could get these tips from Mulehorn on how to beat them.
But
we
you
did get a
could,
big
you
video
could.
on that. But,
But the Chinese lore is something that you don't get much because of the way that their country's set up. Is
Yeah.
you don't have that insight too much into Chinese like lore
Yeah.
and history like you do in Japan, right? So
I
Japan,
I
we
feel
knew
like
them,
we
so they
used
give
to-
us all your
I feel like we
stuff.
used to back when we were kids.
No, but Chinese is like super like mystic, super like crazy awesomeness that you don't get. You don't get
Yeah.
because it's so closed. It's like what
mean-
Japan was in 1900s because
Yeah.
it's so closed off to the world
Yeah, well,
that you don't know, and that's what's so intriguing about it. I think it's awesome.
yeah, I mean, I loved Elden Ring as well.
I mean,
like it was
yes and no, because I remember
phenomenal.
learning about
but-
like in school, like a lot about the, like there was a lot of stuff I remember in school, like learning about like Japanese culture and the Chinese culture, but it was like ancient China. It was samurai Japan.
Yeah, that's
like,
all
there was
Japan.
stuff like
That's
that
all
that we learned
Japan.
in
None of
school.
that's
Like, that's why I
Chinese.
was
The
like,
only thing that's Chinese is kind of like Mongol stuff, but that's still Mongolia. That's not China.
Yeah,
So China, like, think about it. All you learned was east and west
well,
of
yeah,
China.
but you have to look.
You didn't
between
learn
the-
of China.
No, we did. We learned like, well, you had the dynasties. You had like the different
That's
rulers
Japan.
of different ages before like
Japan.
the Great Wall of China is in China, and the
It's-
Chinese
it's in
dynasty
China,
between the
yeah.
different rulers in there.
China.
Like that's stuff that I
there
learned.
was a lot of there was a
The
lot
China virus. The China
I'm
virus.
over-
China
They were
virus.
back.
Oh my God.
They were back.
And we're back to
and we're
that.
back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
Um,
and metaphor.
So do we agree that Elden Ring DLC should not be in Game of the Year?
Agreed.
it shouldn't. The game was phenomenal,
Agreed.
but
No,
it should.
no,
Mission accomplished.
Yeah.
DLC
Awards
should
you
not
suck.
be a game of the year because it's. Well, hold on. How much was the DLC for Elden Ring? How much was
More
it?
than the game.
It was like $40. I thought, right?
It shouldn't matter. It shouldn't matter how much you pay for it. It's remember Horse Armor? Could that get Game of the Year?
I know.
Horse Armor. It was the best armor. We must pay huge amounts.
No, because what I'm saying is it's like most DLC they just launch into a game, but if you have to pay for the DLC, is that a separate?
Dude, if it's Mass Effect DLC, I'll pay $1 million. Don't care. I
Look
want
here,
more Mass
Turbo.
Effect. Just give me
I
more.
really don't like the rhetoric you're saying here about DLCs. I mean, they are perfectly legitimate. They should be on the platform. They are just great games.
Well, that's fine. They
Does
can have their own
anyone have
damn
a band
category.
hammer?
Oh, I had to bring that in there as well. So Exodus is going to be amazing, though.
Yeah.
It will be. It looks awesome.
I think that's going to be great. All right, so we're all in favor of no DLC for Game of the Year. I think
have its own category. Problem solved.
Yeah.
The only one that
Own
makes sense in
category.
that 6 is Black Myth.
Yeah, I mean, Black Myth is just amazing. So,
Unless you
All
got
right,
blue
fellas.
hair, then Metaphor is good.
any closing thoughts here before we wrap this up? This has been a really fun episode here.
I don't have drums. I'm sorry, no drums.
Play Stalker 2. Maybe
Yes.
not today, but maybe
Stalker 2.
Oh,
God, the
good.
weather is so cool in that game. The weather is
I won't
so
be around
cool.
next Friday to talk about it, unfortunately.
God, it's so cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully I will be. We'll see. But
Also, Flight Sim. Same Flight Sim as before, just with internet.
oh yeah,
Like,
Flight Sim
yeah.
I heard was pretty cool too. Yeah.
I went to the Aya Sakara, which is Atlantis in the Sahara. Amazing. However,
really?
90% of the game is now on streaming, like when you do cloud gaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're Microsoft and you own 1,000,000% of all of the servers, but you can't launch a game that has server support, it's not a good look, man. It's not good. If you have trillions of dollars and you just can't get the servers and no one can play the game for 2 days, it's not a good look.
Wow.
No, definitely not.
But it's awesome because you can like save seals from Seal Bay or whatever.
Yeah.
Well,
Well, my dudes, thank y'all so much for joining. Sorry we haven't been able to do this on the reg, just basketball life and,
Thursdays,
kid life and things. We may have to move it to Thursdays.
Just move it to Thursdays.
Most of my tournaments are on the weekend, so
Make
we'll
it
see.
Wednesday. Wednesday's even more middle.
Yeah, and Jedi again. Thanks for the 10 gifted memberships, man, and Walk for the $10 donation as well for today's stream.
Legends.
Appreciate it, guys. Snake, Turbo, Prime, and Jedi. Since your internet's not working,
Jedi.
Hey, by the way, Mule, your camera looks amazing.
Thank you,
does.
dude. It's my
It
new
shines
camera.
the top of your head like
You like
Mount
that
Rushmore.
Chrome Dome? It looks good, man. It looks good.
You know that guy from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles,
Yeah.
Craig?
Yes.
Craig? Yeah.
Yeah.
he's-
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys. See y'all later. Blow it up,
Good,
baby.
everybody.
Blow it up. baby.